Hola, hola. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Hello, hello. And so, if you are joining for the first time, welcome. My name is Amora from morewithamora.com. I'm actually not wearing any rings today, which is very interesting. I always wear my rings, but apparently Spirit said I didn't need them today. I'm actually quite naked, so that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Because yes, it's all my energy. Because as we wear crystals, as we adorn ourselves, as we use perfumes, as we use hair products, anything that we bring into our energy field affects the frequency that we emit. Yes? Does that make sense? So if I'm wearing crystals and copper is a conductor. It conducts electricity. You'll find it in your walls. You'll find it in a lot of your things here on Earth because copper is an electricity conductor. We know that we are electric beings, okay? So copper assists, that's why I use copper in my creations, copper assists in conducting energy between organic substances. So as I wear my crystal rings with copper, the copper is assisting the amethyst or the clear quartz or whatever it is that is on me to work with my energy field. So I intentionally, because I am sensitive to energy, I intentionally bring organic things into my space to keep me at a live vibration. So plants, any foods I have, I would like for them to be alive when I'm in my divine space. For we are vessels. And it is what we put in our space that determines what we are carrying overall. So like I said, keep in mind the perfumes you're wearing. Keep in mind the lotions you're putting on. Keep in mind the hair products you're using. What are you putting in and on your body that is not of the earth? Because if it's not of the earth, if it has chemicals, if it has someone else's frequency or concoctions, then you are affecting your balance. You are affecting your energy. That doesn't mean you have to walk around barefoot, butt naked, and all day. But what it does mean is just be cognizant of it. If you have a headache, maybe stop wearing the perfume you're wearing for a few days, see if that helps. In addition to stop eating the toxic Cheetos that you like to have after lunch every day. So there's a lot of things, but to be in a magnificently synchronistic, divine, whoa, at all times, you have to take the necessary actions. It doesn't just happen, okay? And so this is me offering, taking action. So I am doing these healings for myself and opening it up to all of you who would join or who would like to join. So that can be a simple action. You can't say I didn't know where to go. You can't say I didn't have the money. You can't say it's too expensive for me to heal or I couldn't find the right heal. All you got to do, it's not, just come. Just come. Okay? So we're going to set the alarm for 11 minutes and you will receive what it is that's what it is. Today is, yes, it's just me. But it's the energy of the indigenous people of Mexico. So I was cleaning up and I found this, which I have not had in quite some time. I probably haven't seen this since last year sometime. But this was a gift that my first business mentor gave me when she came to Mexico before I'd ever moved here. So it was like 6 years ago. And this is, I believe, the Aztec calendar. And then as I'm looking for something to wear this morning, because I'm like, I don't feel like putting on no clothes, like getting dressed. But this is honestly also how I just dress in Mexico because it's so hot. And today, look what I've got on. The Mayan calendar. Woo, 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 woo. Get a jiggle. That's a healing jiggle, okay? Take some of that healing. All right. So that's what it is today. We are tapping into indigenous energy, energy of the earth, energy of the land, energy of grounding. Ooh, if we're grounding, I should get my other bowl. Hold on for a second. This is how energy works. This is how spirit unfolds. You follow one step, you follow one inclination, and then you just keep going. And then you find your healing that way. So we just started with, it started off with me not wearing any rings. And it ended up to, I need to get my grounding ball. So hold on. Swap. Hold on. And if you know my work, if you're familiar with my work, you know that grounding is the foundation of everything I do. Grounding has been the foundation of everything since before I started to realize like astrology placements too. Because I've never really been into astrology. Even now, it's not about knowing where everything is to me because I feel like I can transcend all of it. But what I do know is that I am a Libra sun, a Libra ascending, and a Virgo moon. That's two air signs, or two air placements, which mean I'm just like, woo! I'm all up there. Let's go. We're going to go flying. That's totally me. And then I have that one Virgo that's like, hey, yo, we can't. Bring it down, boo. Bring it down. And so in my earthly practice here on earth, to balance out that airiness, that ability to tap into these extra realms and mind frequency waves and whatever it is that I'm able to do, I'm still unfolding it and it's still becoming more and more obvious to me what I'm doing. But I have to be grounded because this is how mental illness takes root. This is how someone becomes schizophrenic or how someone has an episode. It is tapping into all of these different mindsets, when you can think of a million ways to do something in a split second. Do you know how hard it is to make a decision? When you can see people in front of you and you hear what they're telling you, but you can see their face change and you kind of like, this motherfucker's lying, but they're telling you and they're begging you and they're like, do you know how hard it is to trust yourself? Instead, like, yo, so these are the things that are coming up, and that is what many people misdiagnose in themselves, and then it may actually manifest as actual mental illness. Of course, I do not speak for everyone. So if you have a specific, situation or a specific degree and you feel differently, that's fine. And the people that come to you, that's the information they need. That's the energy that they're searching for. But the information I have is from my own experience. It's from the research that I've been doing. I'm not a psychologist, but I know what has helped my mind state. I know that mental illness runs on both sides of my family. Being hospitalized for mental illness runs on both sides of my family. My mother has chemical imbalances and would have nervous breakdowns. My grandmother had a nervous breakdown before I was born, to the point where when I was born, she was left-handed. She was right-handed all her life. She had nervous breakdown. And then my mom said she just remembers her mom being in bed for days. And she just wouldn't see mommy, and daddy would take care of everybody. And so growing up, even me dating, it was a joke for me because I would always be like, the man that's going to be with me needs to be really strong because I know I'm going to be crazy. Because crazy runs in my family. Like on the other side of the family, I have an aunt that had electroshock therapy. Like, they thought she was so crazy that they literally burned her brain, burned all of her senses. And so I think they said she was 19 or 20, and they tried to reset her. And so she had to learn how to walk again. She had to learn how to talk again. She had to learn how to write again. She had to do everything over again from ground zero, which was the exact same thing that my grandmother had to do, but through a nervous breakdown. So as I'm seeing, I also see how spiritually magnificent these people were. My grandmother, the same one I'm talking about, she was the first spirit to appear to me, but it wasn't to me. It was in front of a room of 120 other women at a retreat that I was volunteering at. So a medium brought my grandmother through, and everybody knew me in that moment that was my grandmother. Spiritual being, but had schizophrenia. I remember she would have to come live with us for a few weeks because someone found her up the street naked, or, dancing in the rain naked, and because she hadn't been taking her medication. And that medication was that would keep her able to live a normal life. But in my experience, and in what I am experiencing personally, that mimics what my grandmother was experiencing and mimics the ways I've seen my mom snap. To me, I'm able to bounce back from those episodes through my spiritual practice, through my ability to not be my mind. I know I am beyond whatever this brain, if somebody wants to say it's mental illness, fine. Y'all can label me whatever you want. Label me ugly, label me short, label me fat, label me mentally ill. Honestly, I don't care. As long as I am able to live a happy, joyous life and share that with others, I think that is success. So, again, and that's how I feel about physical illness too. If you followed my story about eczema or dermatitis, and I use this because I still use the lingo, but I don't believe in it. I can't believe in it. There's always going to be a physical manifestation of the energy that we carry from the inside out. So you can diagnose it eczema, you can diagnose it atopic dermatitis, you can diagnose it whatever, blah, blah, blah. But there's an energetic underlying to every illness, to every sickness, to every stubbed toe, to every broken bone. There is an energetic underlying root. And if we start to tap into those roots, the symptoms fall away. The symptoms fall away. I don't claim to cure anything. If your body cures it, great. But it's about dissolving the symptoms. Alchemy. If you know about alchemy, what happens in alchemy is to destroy your opponent or to obliterate something that is against you, you have to dissolve it. You fractalize it. You don't just hey-ya, cha, ha, hey, ha, because energy cannot be destroyed. It'll just transmute. Kill me now and I'll just show up as a rock on somebody's altar that is crazy, doing all kinds of amazing things. Well, that's after I take my cosmic vacation, because after this, I am going to go hang out in the Eagle Nebula or 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Those are the two places I really want to go. And I'm going to stay there for a galactic week, which I don't know how many thousands of years that is here, but I'll be back. I'm sure I'll be back. I'm sure Earth will still be here. So yes, let's get into the energy healing portion. Tiana says, this is really resonating for me as well. Beautiful message. Oh, you guys are talking. I'm sorry. Good morning, Tracy. Megan. Megan says, you're talking to me this morning. I have tears right now. So true. Oh, thank you guys. Because I was just, as soon as I start talking about galactic weeks, and I'm like, darn it. That sounds mentally crazy. They're going to think I'm nuts. And anyway, I have so many stories about this. And it's just now that Spirit is getting me to talk about it. And of course, May being Mental Health Awareness Month, it's okay, you can talk about it. But even so, I shaved my head back in August of 2018. And I I knew I was supposed to do it. I got the message to do it. Then I had like confirmation to do it. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll do it. Ain't nothing. I'm not attached. And I had already shaved my side, so I just had a little bit of hair at the top. But so much came up for me as I was shaving my head. And one of the things that came up was, even now I'm like about to tear, like I can, not tear up, but I feel the energy coming through. So I'm going to shift the energy so I don't tear up. And when I say shift the energy, I have my practices of letting energy go. Because I do believe that even tears, it's when we have an overwhelm of energy that the body can't handle, that the spirit can't handle, so it creates a cleansing force. Salt water. What do? We take salt baths. We go into the ocean. That salt, that's cleansing. When we're running and we're sweating, I don't know why. I don't lick my sweat. But I know sweat is salty. Your sweat is salty. You're cleansing. You're purifying. So energetically, when the emotion is just too much, it comes through the eyes. It comes for a cleansing. So many times now, because I'm cognizant of the triggers, when I realize my body, not all the time, because sometimes I know it's an overwhelm and I can still be grounded and doing my energy work and I'll still be bawling. Then I just know it's a lot of energy. But like in a space like this, I just felt the energy come up. I felt my eyes tearing up. I grounded myself again, let the energy go down into the earth so it could replenish itself for recalibrating, regenerating, releasing, and then back to where it needs to go. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about mental illness and there was something, my head. So I was shaving my head, and what came up for me is I was like, I can't shave my head because people will think I'm sick. And when I say sick, it was physically, and I had just come out of, I didn't even tell you, I mean, some of y'all know, but I went through like a year-long chronic illness issue, which, again, I know the underlying energetic spiritual root, but on the physical realm, it comes up as it comes up as topical steroid withdrawal. One day I'll do a video, but that starts from like 3 years old until 34, 30, something like that. 33. Might have been 33. So we'll talk about that. I'll get my timeline right and everything. But one of those things is people were going to think I was mentally crazy. Why I thought that is connected to my own perception, my own memories, my own experiences. And this is how everything we see about ourselves and others is created and formed. So for me, when I was young, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, we did not have money. And we kind of made, now I'm not going to say we made sure we didn't have money, but our subconscious made sure we didn't have money because the Jehovah's Witnesses taught that if you had money, you were pretty much a bad person because you're supposed to give everything you had to the congregation, to the organization, to the faithful and the street slave. So even if you had like this booming business, you should be donating most of that to the good news of the kingdom of God. Okay, so we didn't have money. My mom and my stepfather were regular pioneers, living off his veterans benefits. That's what got me to college too. Veterans benefits, and what was I just talking about? Getting the food. So we would get food from this co-op, and it was this Jehovah's Witness woman who, I don't know where she got this food. Sometimes it was expired, sometimes it didn't have labels on it, sometimes, but it was good food, like it fed us. And so we would pay a small amount, and we would go to her garage, and we would have shampoo and all kinds of stuff like that. It wasn't just food. And so we would go, and my mom paid a small amount, and then we would get like a certain number of boxes or whatever, and we could pick the stuff we needed for the family. And one day we go there, and the mom has no hair. I don't remember if it was half a head and my hands just turned on. I don't know if it was half a head of hair or if she had all her hair gone. And of course, I'm a child. I'm like 9, 10, if even. And so I remember asking my mom why she didn't have any hair, or maybe my mom was just talking to my stepfather and I was listening. I don't know. But I remember my stepfather was driving, my mom was in the front seat. I feel I was behind my stepfather and my little sister was behind my mother. And my mom said that, oh, what she told us, I remember the woman told us that she had used some I think she used something about the shampoo. The woman said the shampoo that she used had some Nair in it, and it shaved her head or something or it took her hair out. It made her hair fall out. This is, I guess, where my child memories get a little wonky, and now that I'm even thinking back about it, I don't know if I heard this or if I just knew intuitively, but I'm pretty sure my mom said that Nair wouldn't have done that because hair removal stuff it goes down to, it was something odd about it. And the conclusion was that she was sick, like Granny. And so when I went to shave I say all that to say is the perception, the stuff we have in our mind, our attachments, and when we do things out of the ordinary, it always brings up stuff for us. All wrapping this in with mental illness, how it runs in my family, how I deal with it personally, how I get beyond it for my own sanity. Because I was on pills and they didn't work. You're not going to drug me up. You're not going to put me in nobody's hospital. You're not going to tell me I'm crazy. I'm going to work on my physical, mental, and spiritual space to a point where I'm so balanced you don't even know who I am. And when I'm not on that trajectory, then yes, I exhibit massive mental illness symptoms that scare me. So I have to be on point. I don't have the luxury. And if you're watching this, you may not have the luxury of doing the stuff that everybody else does, watching the things that everybody else watches, eating the foods that everybody else eats. It sucks. Yes, it sucks. But if you know alcohol makes you crazy and triggers you, and you're an angry drunk or a depressed drunk and you're always in the corner crying, then maybe that's not the spirit for you. Maybe you have a propensity of attracting things when you're under the influence and you don't yet have the energetic frequency to push off the things that you're experiencing. Does that resonate with anybody? Everybody take a water break, please. Michelle says, yes, thank you. Because now that I'm telling you guys that I struggle with the label of symptoms of whatever you want to call it, okay? Every time I do a live, I'm very cautious of what I say and that's me tiptoeing. And I guess it's just time for me to bust out. Excuse me. Because when you cannot be all of who you are out of fear, whether it's fear of being judged, fear of being labeled, fear of this, fear of that, it inhibits who you are fully in other places. And so, because I have this filter of don't sound crazy, that's literally my filter. That has been my filter dating. That has been my filter it's don't sound crazy because you have crazy in your blood and you have to work extra. So now it's like, wait. What is crazy? What is crazy? Is me moving to Mexico crazy? Does that mean I need to be on a pill? Is me feeling the emotion that I feel to the point where I am just depleted of energy, is that crazy? Or is that me allowing myself to feel and then bounce back? Because you see I'm still here. You see I'm not crazy. Megan says, please don't sugarcoat shit for me. Michelle says, hell yes, again. Okay, speaking to souls here. Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. Raw and vulnerable. Pretty much. Like, this is just it for me. That's memorized what I say at the beginning. What I said at the beginning, I said I have no crystals, I have no jewelry on, my rings, I'm just naked. And that's really it, y'all. Yo, like, that wasn't even That's physically naked I was speaking. But yeah, this is my experience here on this planet right now. And I feel so much. Like, I feel so much. And I belong in different spiritual groups. And there's a whole group of people that talk about this kind of stuff. But we're hiding. We're in these secret groups afraid to tell people. And I'm like, I speak so much life into people. You can't possibly think I'm crazy. If I'm crazy, Einstein was crazy, Tesla was crazy, everybody's crazy. There's a poem it's something called The Misfits. It's like, cheers to the misfits, I think it was Steve Jobs that wrote it. But it's like, the ones that, Apple did a commercial with it. And it's like, the round pegs that they try to fit in square holes, like, now's the time where we cannot conform, we cannot assimilate, because if you look at what's around you, if you start to assimilate, look at what you would become. Look. We are vessels. It depends on what we fill ourselves with. I'm on, even this morning, it was like, so, we're just going to start this. Let's just start this. All right, y'all. I love it. You guys are awesome. Yes! Della says, the ones crazy enough to think they can change the world. They do. We do. So, if you feel crazy, this is the right place to be. But it's also reframing the term crazy, or what we see as crazy. So we're going to start the timer for 11 minutes. If you can gather yourselves, we got a lot of energy up into the air. We talked about a lot. We did a lot of uncovering. So now we want to ground that energy. So it's not just in the atmosphere. It's not just, oh, we had a conversation about mental illness. We had a conversation about spirituality. We had a conversation about childhood. We had a conversation about religion. Where does that energy go? You don't need to think about it all day. You don't need to take it with you after this station. You don't need to take it with you after this station. You don't need to take it with you. You leave it. You give it back to the earth. You take what works. You take the lessons and the love, and you leave the rest. So that grounding practice I spoke of. If you can sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, if that means you have to scoot forward, so be it. If that means you need to sit in a different chair, so be it. If you can take your shoes off, that is the most magnificent thing you could do in this moment. If you can drink some water, now that is the most magnificent thing you can do in this moment. just comment, I receive it, if you would like this energy specifically to go to you and your situation. Giving permission for healing to occur on all realms, frequencies, dimensions, all places where you reside, all places where your thoughts have been, will go, ever have gone. And again, this is timeless. This is open to all timelines, frequencies, dimensions, beings, now and in what is the perceived past and or future. Because time is not linear, and all things happen simultaneously. Alright, guys. When we are done, if you could please just begin to type what it is that you experienced or felt, or any messages that came through for you whenever you watch this video, whether it's live or a replay. Your messages in this space, all high frequency, are good for you to write and read as well as for others to see. All right, and so it is. There's a lot of masculine energy being released and toxic masculinity being released, healthy masculinity being replenished and balanced. Keep going. Just wanted to acknowledge that you guys were doing that. Alright, if you are still here with us, welcome back. Join on, come on back. If you are just joining us and you missed it, you might want to watch from the beginning when you can, if you are called to. This is just one of those sessions that if you're drawn to it, you are drawn to it. If you feel it, you tapped in and you watched it. If it's not for you, you're not even here. It's like we're invisible to them. Or they're spying. And we invite spies because sometimes spies can have a change of heart when they get the right frequency. So I tricked them into coming by letting them spy on me. That's how I see it. Look at this. I want to show you. Turn the lights on. Oh, and you guys can start talking about just tapping in any messages you met. Yes, here we go. Any things that happened for you, any messages you received. I'm going to keep doing my little talking over here. But Brittany says I was having random mini visions. The main one was Maggie leaving her husband. I don't know who Maggie is. Who is Maggie? Am I supposed to know who Maggie is? But this, you guys know those trees with the little pea pods? They're not pea pods. I don't know what this is called. If anybody knows what it's called. But have you ever seen one this big? And it's from Tulum, which is, everything makes sense to me if I just keep going. Because again, I've got the Aztecs here. I'm wearing the Mayans. I got this in Tulum. I got this in Tulum. It's all about that earth energy. I pulled this out earlier and put it over here just because I was like, I wonder. And it just like came up. And then when so you guys were releasing energy, toxic masculinity, as well as a lot of past pain. A lot of feeling like you've been stabbed in the back and the side. And like a lot of piercing pain. And what's the word? and not perpetual, but continued sadness after it because of it. Okay? A lot of heat on the shoulders, which to me is, it's a lot of course, the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but more like a burning, like you feel like the world is burning you at the stake. So that's, yeah, crucified. That's what it was. It was a lot of crucifixion energy. Being pierced in the side, being stabbed in the back, being burned at the stake. A lot of, so I assume that there are a lot of people here who have gifts. I can't even assume, I know. Okay, I know that a lot of people that get to this point, you have gifts, and you have, you're working through the energy of a lot of past lives, alternate lives, simultaneous lives, alternate dimensions or realms or realities, where you have gifts in there, or you have differences and gifts there as well, or did, or however you want, past, present, future, whatever, past lives. We're going to go with those terms because those are easy to understand. Where you were crucified, betrayed, maybe, and that's why a lot of us still hide today, and we're in these secret groups because of all the traumas that we've had and we faced that make us doubt ourselves in this reality. So you were releasing a lot of that. So if you start like doing all the live videos you've been talking about doing, or all those things, or you start speaking more about your personal journey, just know that that's because you did a massive clearing today. Okay? So drink lots of water, be kind to yourself. If you feel you need some support, go 3 days before. Start with Monday's video and watch the first 3 days, or you can check the hashtag Heart Healing Amora Energy. Start with day 1, day 2, day 3. Those are, we use the sound of the heart chakra. So as you, because all of that stuff, all those things, betrayal, being stabbed in the back, being burned by your peers, being ostracized, made fun of, all of that stuff sits in your heart. Of course, it'll affect other portals, other energy centers, other chakras, but the main one is that leaves you with a broken heart. And if time after time you have a broken heart and you just continue to either allow it to be broken into, again, then it's broken into fractalized pieces. What did I say about alchemy? If you want to destroy your opponent, you diffuse who they are. You dilute who they are. Your power is in your heart. We know that the frequency of the heart has its own electromagnetic field. This is science. I'm not even talking woo-woo. This is science. Look it up. I think they said it's like the size of a football field or 2 football fields or something, but your heart has its own electromagnetic frequency. If everybody's heart is on 100, who gonna rule the planet? But if you can fractalize people, if you can diffuse them so they cannot stand in a full self, then you don't have any opponents. I have nobody to fight because I've got everybody so discombobulated that they don't know they're up from their down. So now's the time where we say, yo, I want all of me back. Calling in every argument that you've ever had. You don't have to remember them, but calling the energy back to you. I forgive. I don't even remember what I was arguing about, and I ask you to forgive me. You don't have to call them. If you feel like you need to call these people, fine. But this is just all the part of the process. There are many people here, so I'm speaking many different things. This is general. This is a general reading, really. It may not resonate with you now. It may resonate with you later. You may watch this a year from now, and it resonates with you then. Many blessings to everybody. As we just close that space, all right? Just intentionally closing that space. If you can drink some water. All right. You will also notice that the people you love and the people around you will also find their healing through you doing this work. You will also find that the people that you love and the people in your circle get mad or lash out. That is their attempt to pull you back in to what they're used to. Don't fall for it. They don't know they're doing it. Don't get mad at them. Don't ostracize them. Don't say, you always do this, or you don't understand. I knew you was going. Don't. Just allow them their space. See it as a ball of energy that they are trying to throw to you. You don't want to just stand there and you let it fall. No, you catch it, but then you consciously bury it. You consciously ground it. You consciously take that energy and you allow Earth to heal it. So you don't throw it back at them. Some people catch it and throw it back. Oh yeah, well fuck you. Oh yeah, I knew you. You never understand. That's why you ain't enlightened. That's why you sleep. You need to wake up. That doesn't help the situation. You may have more knowledge. You may have more spiritual understanding. But throwing it in somebody's face does not help you or them. So as you make these shifts, as you begin to see things differently, act like it. Have more compassion for those who just can't see. They can't even see. No pity. I don't believe in pity. Because if I have pity for you, then I can't hold space for you that you can change it. If I pity you, oh, pobrecita, lo siento que tú tienes problemas. I said, you know, poor baby, I'm so sorry you have all these problems. Or is it, you caused this? I mean, not in that way. You find a way of saying it so they come up with these things on their own. So you're not pointing the finger and making people get defensive, but you are getting into the inner parts of a person that can shine through and realize you are sovereign, you are divine. If you saw a king in the corner crying because a pauper said some shit to him, or because a pauper is trying to steal his kingdom and take his energy, would you be like, give me your crown? What are you talking about? Or would you be like, yo, don't you have people that handle upon this for you? Don't you know karate? Didn't you learn the martial arts of the emperor? Like, that's how you got your... Wait, what are you talking about? So when you are talking about other people's energy affecting your life, or curses, or spells, or they don't want me to succeed, or the haters... Who are you? Don't you have more power than that? Isn't your juju better than that, where you can just transcend it all and you don't even notice the pauper? That's just where I'm coming from. So you'll notice that if you work with me. Because I won't pussyfoot. We don't have time. We got work to do. And if you are still watching now, which I got more folks now than I did before, you can't be pussyfooting around either. We got things to do. And it's about to go down. Okay? If you haven't noticed, I've noticed. Things are speeding up. If you haven't noticed, I've noticed. People are losing their mind. If you haven't noticed, I've noticed. Lots of things don't seem like they could be real. If you haven't noticed, I've noticed. Y'all are living in a crazy country right now. It's unpredictable, and you're being desensitized like the frog boiling in water. Every little thing that is happening is desensitizing you from what freedom is, of what being a human being or even, that's what it is. They're trying to stop you from shifting into light being because you can't even be a human being. That's real. I think that's real. That's what it is. That's what it is. And it's happening in other countries too. But it's those who are able to find that spark of life, regardless of what's happening around them, that are able to keep their sanity and remain grounded. If you have so hard a time surviving, you don't even have time to thrive. You're not thinking of healing. You don't have time to help yourself. If you try to help yourself, you won't have a roof over your head because you're paying $2,000 for a 2-bedroom. All right. Oh, open manifestation. Because we grounded, first we brought all this energy up, right? We brought up all this stuff. We talked about all this trauma, all this mental illness, all these triggers. Then we grounded it with healing and sound. So now we have more space. Now we want to do the oath of manifestation that will bring good vibes and healthy energy back into the clear space that we just created, okay? So, this oath you can find on my website. Of course, I got it from the Agape Spiritual Center. And this oath can be done every day with a partner, spoken out loud with tremendous feeling and emphasis, said many times throughout the day, recorded and listened to on your smartphone. I want my selenite ones. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the lives of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. It's my acceptance that makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely, I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and I am grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness. No matter what the appearances are, God is all there is. And I let the God times roll. And so it is. Ache and Amen. Highest will for all be done again and again and again and again. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you very much. Please feel free to donate. Cash App, More with Amora, the hashtag thing, More with Amora, or PayPal, morewithamora@gmail.com. For this is the equivalent of passing the plate. If you would like to make a donation to the work that I do, again, this is it's 29 days. I looked it up. It's we started Monday. It will be going until June 17th, every morning at 6:30 a.m. This is a challenge for me. Yes, I'm getting something out of it, but also you are as well. So if you wouldn't mind a beautiful energy exchange, anything is absolutely amazing. So I appreciate it. Again, I'll put the info above if you would like to. But if you've made it this far, you have gotten some work done today. Okay? So good job. I'm proud of y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow or later on. Let me see. What y'all talking about? Tracy said, oh, that was so good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of the comments, all of the appreciation, because sometimes it gets hard. And when I don't see it manifesting in finances, I get discouraged Because I'm like, I got all this energy. I got all this stuff. Where's my sustenance? Like, I'm doing all this free stuff, and then I have to check myself. But am I asking? Closed mouths don't get fed, okay? So am I asking? Am I speaking up? Am I saying, hey, guys, this is a service. If you find value in it, please offer value to me, okay? So I will be here regardless. Again, I see it like the widow with the 2 small coins in church. You may not have anything, or you may not have much, but anything will assist. She gave her last, her 2 little coins. I ain't asking for your last, but give me 2 little coins, okay? And I always do it with a smile. So I am looking into my nonprofit, and it's funny because my tax guy was like, you know you're going to have to beg for money, right? And I was like, beg? No! But that's how people see service. People see service as having to beg for money because there are a lot of people that are not in the space of abundance as we are. And so they hoard their money when they should be passing it along freely. So I know that I am now in a space where I am attracting people of abundance. We're going over the oath of manifestation. We're opening up channels of abundance. So I know that people of abundance and prosperity and keeping that energy flow moving are even following me. So I'm not going to, what is it called? Subscribe to the idea that a nonprofit is about begging for money. Money comes to us easily and freely, boo. Ain't that the truth? I'm going to do a little booty shake on it. Hey, y'all see that? That was dope. I like that. Oh, amora. I like to have the fun. I do like to have the fun also. I can't be solo boring. All right, guys. We did the oath of manifestation. Crystals for today are pyrite, red jasper, and lapis lazuli. Again, that is pyrite, red jasper, and lapis lazuli. The crystals for the month are still tiger's eye and rose quartz. You can be collecting these. You can be grabbing them all. You can be working with one at a time. You can start to purchase them if you don't have any crystals, and then a good way to work with them is just feel out a good one to take for the day. Carry it with you. Keep track of it as if you had a, remember when we were in middle school, I don't know if you guys had to do it, but remember when we were in middle school and we had to empty an egg and then carry it around? Did y'all have to do that? I did, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I had this little egg, and so we put a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom, and then we pushed all the yolk and stuff out, and then we rinsed it out and everything, let it dry. And then we gave it face and like hair and all. So I took hair off of my Cabbage Patch doll, because my Cabbage Patch, it was one of those crimp and curl Cabbage Patch dolls. So, and it was a little boy I had. And it had hair, and I shaded it brown. So it was light skinned like me. I had shaded the whole thing brown, and I had a little tin container I would keep it in. And when I'm sure that thing is somewhere still, because I was so proud of it. And I kept it good. I don't think it ever cracked. Oh, it had a diaper on, so you couldn't see the hole at the bottom, and the hair at the top covered it. So act as if that is your crystal. Or a Tamagotchi. Did y'all ever have Tamagotchi? I had Tamagotchi years later. These eggs follow me. That's a topic. Fertility. Whoop, whoop. Look. The eggs follow me. Call me oeste. Okay. I think that's all. Besitos. Let's see. Ooh, someone says they're working with a red jasper yoni egg. Good deal. Chloe said I'm working with a red jasper yoni egg. Sia says I'm creating a lapis ring right now. Tracy said, yes, I just told someone this about my nonprofit. Y'all understand me. Y'all understand me. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to get off so y'all can go watch the meditation. Oh, someone had a Tamagotchi. Who? Tiana had a Tamagotchi. Yup. I'm telling you, I was always good with my little my fake babies. All right, guys. I'm sweating. Y'all got this energy moving, so I'm going to take my Florida water, take me sit myself down, do my little meditation, and start my day. Besos.